Imagine this. It's 1862, winter in Belgium. You're a chemistry professor, tirelessly working to crack the mysterious structure of benzene, a compound that seems to defy logic. After hours of staring at molecular models, you decide to take a break. As you drift off to sleep, something extraordinary happens. In your dreams, atoms morph into snakes, swirling and twisting into a shape you never expected, a snake biting its own tail. And just like that, you solve the puzzle of benzene structure. Sounds like a science fiction story? Well, it actually happened to August Kekula, who forever changed the course of organic chemistry through a dream. So, why do we dream? Is it all about creativity, problem solving, or something even more profound? Today, we're exploring the bizarre and fascinating science behind why we dream and what it all means. Let's dive in. The ancient mystery of dreams. For millennia, humans have been obsessed with understanding dreams. Ancient civilizations like the Greeks and Egyptians believed dreams were messages from the gods, filled with mystical or prophetic meanings. The Egyptians in particular compiled massive dream dictionaries, offering interpretations for everything from falling teeth to seeing a snake. Fast forward to the 20th century, and two legendary figures, Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung, shifted the conversation. Freud argued that dreams were the brain's way of processing unconscious desires and suppressed emotions, while Jung believed that dreams carried universal symbols that could reveal hidden truths. But what does modern science have to say about this age-old mystery? The sleep cycle and why we dream. Before we dive deeper into the function of dreams, let's talk about the sleep cycle itself. Sleep isn't just about resting. It's a complex, active process that goes through various stages. There are 5 stages, each with distinct characteristics, and the most critical for dreaming is the REM stage, rapid eye movement. This phase is where most vivid dreams occur, and it's also when your brain is nearly as active as when you're awake. REM sleep happens multiple times during the night, and we spend about 2 hours of our sleep cycle dreaming. During these periods, the brain consolidates memories, processes emotions, and even simulates future events. But how do all of these factors tie into the act of dreaming? Activation synthesis theory. Dreams as biological noise? One of the early theories about dreams was the activation synthesis theory, which suggests that dreams are simply the brain's attempt to make sense of random neural firing. In essence, our brain is constantly active during sleep, and the neural activity occurring in areas responsible for sight, emotion, and memory get randomly activated. The brain then weaves these random signals into a cohesive story, which is why dreams can sometimes be so strange and disconnected. While this theory explains why our dreams often make little sense, it doesn't explain why we need to dream in the first place. Dreams help us process emotions. Modern science has begun to lean toward the idea that dreams may serve an emotional and psychological function. Researchers have found that our dreams often help us process complex emotions and stressors from our waking life. For example, many people experience recurring dreams about events that cause them anxiety or fear during the day. This is thought to be the brain's way of dealing with unresolved feelings or anxieties. In fact, studies suggest that people who experience more stress tend to have more vivid and emotionally charged dreams. So, could dreams be an emotional reset button, helping us maintain psychological balance? The evidence seems to suggest so. Dreams and memory, the brain's replay button. Another fascinating aspect of dreams is their connection to memory. When we experience something new or learn a skill, our brains need to store that information in long-term memory. While we sleep, particularly during REM, our brains actively replay and consolidate memories from the day. This process helps to strengthen our recollections and solidify new knowledge. For instance, if you spent the day practicing a new skill, say playing a musical instrument or learning a new language, you might dream about those activities. Research has even shown that playing a video game during the day can lead to dreams featuring elements of the game as your brain works to reinforce the learned material. The evolutionary purpose, practicing for survival. dreaming may also have roots in our evolutionary history. One intriguing theory is the threat simulation theory, which posits that dreams evolved as a way for humans to rehearse and practice responses to potential dangers. Early humans faced a constant threat of predators, and dreaming about escaping danger or fighting off attackers might have been an adaptive trait, helping us survive real-world threats. This is why many people have recurring dreams involving being chased or falling. Even today, these survival-based dreams could be the brain's way of ensuring we're prepared for stressful or threatening situations in our waking life. Dreaming and problem solving, the brain's creative playground. Dreams are also thought to be a natural environment for problem solving and creativity. Have you ever woken up with a solution to a problem you couldn't solve the day before? Well, that might not be a coincidence. Many creatives, including writers, musicians, and inventors, credit their breakthroughs to ideas they came up with in their sleep. In fact, some of the world's most iconic works of art were inspired by dreams. For instance, Paul McCartney famously came up with the melody for the Beatles' song Yesterday in a dream. In 1816, Mary Shelley dreamt of the story that would become Frankenstein. Dreams often allow our brains to think outside the box, bypassing conventional logic and offering unique solutions to challenges. Why do we forget our dreams? Despite spending around 2 hours each night dreaming, most of us only remember a small fraction of our dreams. Why is that? One possible explanation is that the part of the brain responsible for memory consolidation, the hippocampus, is less active during sleep, which might prevent us from storing dream content. Another theory suggests that because dreams often don't follow a linear narrative or involve everyday events, they simply don't seem important enough to retain once we wake up. Still, there are techniques you can try to improve dream recall, such as keeping a dream journal by your bedside to jot down details immediately after waking up. Are animals dreaming too? It's not just humans who experience dreams. Studies have shown that many animals also go through REM sleep, which means they too are likely dreaming. Cats, dogs, and even rats have been observed twitching, making noises, and displaying other behaviors during REM sleep that suggests they're reliving their daily experiences or processing emotions. While we can't know for sure what animals dream about, it's reasonable to think that they're dreaming about their experiences, much like humans do. The science of nightmares. Why do we dream of our worst fears? Nightmares are another fascinating aspect of dreaming. Around 1 in 40 dreams are considered nightmares, and they can be incredibly distressing. Why do we have nightmares, and what purpose do they serve? According to the threat simulation theory, nightmares might be a mechanism to prepare us for real-world dangers. However, persistent nightmares, especially those related to trauma, can be a sign that the brain is struggling to process stressful memories. In cases like PTSD, nightmares may serve as a way for the brain to replay traumatic events in an attempt to work through unresolved emotions. The future of dream research. What's next? As science continues to explore the complexities of sleep and dreams, new technologies are allowing researchers to investigate the neural processes behind dreaming in unprecedented detail. Brain imaging and sleep studies are offering deeper insights into what happens in our minds while we sleep. Some scientists are even experimenting with dream incubation, a process in which they attempt to influence dream content by exposing individuals to certain stimuli before they sleep. The future of dream research holds endless possibilities, and we may be closer than ever to uncovering the true purpose behind our nightly adventures. Dreaming is one of the most mysterious and intriguing processes our brains go through every night. From problem solving to emotional regulation, our dreams serve many purposes, and while we may not have all the answers yet, science is getting closer. What do you think dreams are really about? Have you ever had a dream that changed the way you think? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the science of dreams, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating topics. Sweet dreams, and we'll see you in the next video.